For Sunset Way, the planning intention for housing had been reflected in the master plan since 1980. Now, that intention has been reviewed and reaffirmed at each subsequent master plan review, including the most recent review in 2025. For Gillman Barracks, we announced the intention to study the site for development during the 2024 Committee of Supply debate. The site was subsequently rezoned to reflect that intention under Master Plan 2025. But we did not come to these sites first. Over the years, we prioritized brownfield redevelopment in Clementi, Bukit Merah, and surrounding areas. In Clementi and Bukit Merah, we redeveloped several older estates under the Selective En-bloc Redevelopment Scheme, SERS. In Bukit Merah, we are redeveloping the former Keppel Golf Course, as I mentioned earlier. But demand for housing in these estates remains strong. The recent BTO launches at Clementi Emerald and Belaya Rise were each oversubscribed by over 4 times. Many Singaporeans, especially young families, want to continue living near their parents for mutual care and support. And many understand this, and so asked if we can build on sites that appear vacant or are underused instead. So let me explain that some of these sites are already intended for housing. One example is the former Raffles Junior College site at Mount Sinai, where we are planning to introduce public housing in the near term, and the former bus facility at Ghim Moh, where BTO construction is already in progress. Some asked about the former ITE HQ site at Dover Medway area and a nearby site at Albert Winsemius Lane. Now, the former will be redeveloped for a mix of public and private housing to be launched over the next few years, and the latter is an LTA work site that is needed to support ongoing works for the Cross Island Line. For Gillman Barracks, some suggested building homes at Depot Lane Industrial Estate, the former Central Manpower Base, CMPB, and the reserve site at Pasir Panjang. Now, Depot Lane Industrial Estate is indeed part of our future housing supply, and demolition of the buildings is currently ongoing to prepare the site. While the former CMPB has moved out of Depot Road camp, but the site is still required by MINDEF and other users. This also applies to the Pasir Panjang Reserve site, where there are existing users like the MOE Outdoor Adventure Learning Centre. Now, this site can only be redeveloped in the longer term. In short, many of the sites suggested are already being redeveloped for housing, are needed for other national purposes, or cannot be redeveloped yet. That is why we need to develop Gillman Barracks and Sunset Way to meet our housing needs over the next decade.